Hello.
Hello, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's see. Trying to minimize my face here. Just the view. Cool. How's your day been going? Looks like you're working hard.
Yeah, just one meeting after another, the typical grind. I'm
I
sure I'm
do.
sure you're equally busy.
Yeah, I've been trying to really make sure I'm like trying to protect my time lately.
Yeah.
So that's been the hardest shift. How do I make sure I'm getting on calls with people who are useful? I don't know if that's a good term to put it, but just not tire kickers. I don't know. Just people have no clue, or people who are not taking action. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people are different levels, and it's like, they're probably not purely qualified, right? Using the terminology. They just have a notion of maybe what they want to do, but they're not really committed or have an idea. I get it. We see
Yeah,
that
I
a
mean,
lot in these other businesses.
it's like it doesn't even have to do with Go High Level or anything. It's just like if I take an hour out of my time and you don't know what you're trying to accomplish, and we go over some things and we set some goals, and then next time we talk 3 weeks from now and you're like, oh, I didn't do any of that stuff. I'm like, well, then why did you get on the call with me?
Yeah. 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 help me out here.
Yeah. What are we doing here? What are we just
What are we doing?
becoming useless friends here? Let's see. So I owe you a website to show you. I didn't send it to you because I ran into some problems
Was it
yesterday.
the one that you posted, or is that different in Skool?
It was, but now it's actually live. I got my SSL
Oh,
certificate
cool.
minted. So, yeah, I guess if you saw it in Skool, it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
But I'll copy it and I'll just send it to you so you can look at it at some other time. And yeah, I ran into some issues with the code, and I had not run into any code issues before when using Firebase. And I was like, oh no, how's this going to work here? And I literally just copied and pasted whatever the error was coming up into ChatGPT, and it knew exactly what was going on.
That's awesome.
I was like,
Can you basically take that vibe coded site, work out all the bugs, and then bring that into a GoHighLevel platform and manage it there? Or is it managed elsewhere?
it'll still be managed in Firebase.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah.
But you can bring you can take your GoHighLevel form or calendar and give it to Firebase. You give it the code and it'll put it wherever you want it to put it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, you could take the code from Firebase. You could take the code and stick it into GoHighLevel's code element. But I haven't tried it with I've only tried it on a single page or maybe 3 or 4 pages where, each page is its own code and you have to kind of link them all together.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
But I quickly got away from that because it was just too cumbersome, and I could, in one sentence, I could say, hey, connect all these pages together, and it would do it, as opposed to GHL where it's
oh yeah, it's a little bit more involved there, a lot more clicking.
way more clicking, not efficient use of time.
No.
All right, so I've got a few things loaded up here today. I've got an invoice to send you, and let's just double check. I got everything on here. Share my screen so you're not just watching me work without me working. Whoops, shared the wrong screen. Actually, let's just do this so you can actually see how we use this GoHighLevel stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. So here we are, right? I'm in your contact.
Right.
Easiest way to get to an invoice is just come over here to payments. And you may never use this. I don't know like how your world will go with collecting invoices, but
For other businesses, I would have this. I would be interested in this. Yes.
cool. So the shortcut is you click here and you create an invoice. And then we just add a product. And we'll add this one. And don't know, let's see. This is your phone number, 832
That is correct.
57. This is the right email.
Yep.
The due date is today. Just gonna change this so it's more in just 6 hours of one-on-one coaching. So now it's like it spells out what it is, 6 hours.
Why does it calculate PA sales tax? Is that the contact?
That's where my
Object.
business is. That's where my business is registered.
Oh,
That's where I
that's
pay
where you would
taxes.
do it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask where you were from. You asked me where I was from, and I didn't even ask you where you were from.
I actually live in Colorado, but my parents, they live in Pennsylvania, and I lived there for a lot of my life. So
Okay, gotcha.
I refuse to change anything, any sort of documentation. So it's all just over there still.
I mean, no, it makes sense.
I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm just lazy. All right. And I will press send. And you'll get an email and a text. SHONJOHNSON.
That is me.
That is me. All right. Cool. Email and text. Cool. And you should.
The text is quicker.
Yeah, you'll get them both in an instant or two.
Oh, there you go. Have you been pleased with Stripe? Does it work?
It works. It definitely works. I was using Stripe before you were able to connect GHL with any of the other payment processors. So in the beginning, that was all we could use. So that's exactly what I got. I don't have any issues with it. I know that there can be issues with sometimes like refunds are weird and I don't know. There's some weird things. So Stripe is like a weird. It's not a direct payment processor. They're just an aggregator.
Yeah, payment processor or aggregator. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So they don't actually process the payments themselves.
They don't even process them. Okay, interesting.
No, they use like I don't know something else. I'm not really sure how that works, but it's really weird because we did have to refund somebody once and it was just a really like weird thing. They're like, oh yeah, we aggregate all our payments together and it like takes time for us to like figure out which one is which. I was like, okay, that's crazy. Sounds like a weird thing for a huge business, but who am I to disagree? Is everything working on that invoice?
Yeah, it is. It's I was gonna try to connect my bank through the Stripe thing, but I'm not getting the text, so it's
Oh, you
fine.
didn't get the text yet?
Well, no, I got your text. I'm saying the text from.
Oh, well, take your time. Take your time. See if they're just being slow this morning. I'm gonna continue reading through the site, see if I can find anything weird.
Should be all done.
Cool. Before I check that, I found something I need to change on this site, and I must write it down before I forget. So I'm still showing my screen, I think, and I just read through this one. This is like a page. It says foreclosed properties gain an edge in the market by exploring unique investment opportunities in foreclosed homes. Don't know if that's what I was going for on that one.
Yeah.
I want to help people out of foreclosure, not sell people foreclosed homes.
Right, right. Yeah, it's more like avoid the, impact to your credit. Avoid,
Exactly. Avoid this thing.
avoid this thing, find solutions.
Cool. Paid. So this is
That
in
is
the
sweet.
invoices.
That's in the payment section. Okay, that's nice.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's got invoices, reoccurring invoices, templates, estimates, full documents and contracts, like orders if you ever feel the need to build some sort of Shopify thing. I mean, it does it all, dude. Literally, more and more time goes by, the deeper this thing gets, and it is very overwhelming sometimes.
The founder or one of the major people, I heard somewhere where he said we see our competitor as like Salesforce. They're going after the biggest on the planet. Like we're not competing with just people at our level, and we're going after the mountain. So that's where they're after. Yeah,
they're doing it. They started at the bottom. All right, so next thing is I'm going to send you I'm going to put in the chat the snapshot. So this will upload there's like an about page in there that you could build with the prompt. There is a bunch of the custom fields for the buy box and the investors, the private money lenders. There's the avatars in there. And then there's a bunch of custom opportunity fields for all the things you need to know about a property.
Okay, excellent. I've got it imported, and then I think I need to go to the sub account and actually tell it to import, right?
I believe so. I wish I knew everything off the top of my head, but sometimes I still have to go look at instructions.
Yeah.
You might have to go into account snapshots. You go your way, I'll go my way.
Yeah, I'm in account snapshots now. Maybe create a new account, edit snapshot, copy.
Does it show your screen?
Sure.
Let's problem solve this like adults.
Let's do it. Let's use the technology. Hold on, I lost Google. Where in the world did it go?
You're still here with us.
That is good. Where in the world did Google Meet go?
Look for the red bullseye on your tabs.
It's in my browser. Is that what it is?
Yes.
It is. Thank you. I was looking for an app, but it's a web-based. Okay, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal. Okay, no problem. Okay, I'm back and
Share the entire screen. Yeah.
you should be able to see account snapshots.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So yeah, I'm here. I see the connector formula.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in because your face is taking up most of the real estate here. Don't watch. Oops, that was not the right button. Start watching. Anyway, here we go. Full screen. Zoom in and go to, yeah, yours looks different.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, because mine is just a bit different. Yeah, go to the sub account.
Okay, so we'll go to the sub account.
No, go to where it says sub accounts on the left-hand side. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Let me go
back to agency.
Yep.
Sub accounts. All right.
Sub accounts. Yes, you're right. Okay.
And do manage, whichever one you want to push it to.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, 3 dots.
Manage clients.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. And then
Load snapshot. Hey, I think we found it.
Coming back. REI connector formula. Proceed. Right. I'm assuming all these are good. So
yes. Okay.
And
click on that plus button just to no conflict.
Okay, perfect. Yes, confirm.
Yes, please.
I love how it's it's like, hey, this is going to be something you probably want to make sure you're clear. You're overriding your sub account.
Yeah,
it's warnings.
It's very permission based.
Yeah. That's nice.
Close out of this.
So now go to the sub account, maybe?
Yes, it should be in there.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long typically. Maybe.
And just go to contact. We'll be able to see if it's in here quickly. Out of contact. Fresh account. And type my first name, Bill Welch. Email, put it in the chat.
Gotcha.
Bill at reiamplifi.com. And I'll put my phone number in there too.
Excellent. And
so it hasn't loaded, otherwise we'll be able to see this here, but we'll just add it. It's fine. This is good. Time zone is GMT -6.
Okay.
And save.
Save. Okay. Awesome. We got it.
Just refresh the screen.
Refresh.
Yeah, maybe.
Loading fresh.
There it is.
That looks different. Okay, there we go. Okay, nice.
So, okay. So we'll just start at the top. How's that sound?
I love it.
All right, what time we got? We've got till 8:50. So we got 30 minutes. Awesome. So we'll just start with some language first, and then we'll kind of keep going through here. So the left-hand blue column, you seem pretty familiar with that. That's kind of like how you navigate stuff. The settings button at the bottom is how you get to another menu column, which has all the settings in it, but we're not going to go there quite yet.
Okay.
Then the first white column is where you have all your contact information. And you can see there's a little caret with the word contact next to it. Down a bit to the left, one more down, one contact down. Yep.
Here we go. Yeah,
So,
gotcha.
So this is a folder, right? You probably already know half this stuff, but these are all folders, right? And
Yeah.
they're actually custom folders, except for additional info, general info, and contact. Those are all standard GoHighLevel folders. You cannot delete them.
Okay.
The avatar, buyer buy box, PML buy box, wholesaler details, they are all custom folders.
Gotcha.
Now open up contact. You can see inside here we have fields, and these are all contact fields, because remember, this is all about the contact here. All of this stuff is related to the contact, as opposed to it being related to the opportunity or even the object. We're not going to cover objects. That's a whole other thing. But contacts are people. Opportunities in real estate are properties.
Okay.
So custom fields here, the contact type custom field, this is a standard field that is GoHighLevel. We cannot delete it, but we can change the contents of it.
Got it.
Some people want to put the contact type as like the avatars of folks. That's totally fine, right? There's no right or wrong way. I'm just going to show you how I do it. So I just say sub 2, non-sub 2. Honestly, most 99% of the people I talk to are all sub 2, so I don't actually have any friends outside of sub 2 really.
Right. Okay.
But you could do a bunch of things in here. But I'll show you more about the avatar in a second.
Okay.
All this other stuff, kind of self-explanatory. Contact source. This will the last one, it will be filled in dynamically depending on where the contact comes from. So if a contact fills out your calendar, this is going to say calendar, like which calendar they filled out. Or if they came from Facebook web ads, Facebook meta ads, it would say the ad tag that it came from.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
What questions do you have about context?
Would I also, contacts wouldn't necessarily be prospects, right? But it could be an avatar like an agent, right? If I had a DTA, a group of agents that I, were nurturing or they were bringing me deals, I would want them in here. I wouldn't want to necessarily put in contacts for just prospects or even customers, right? Because those are different, right?
Contacts are always going to be people.
Contacts are always people. Okay.
Always people. So if you have a people, they belong in your contact.
Okay. No other questions.
Cool. So let's close and you'll have the recording to this as well. It's in the calendar link.
Perfect.
Just, like an hour later, once Google's done uploading it, it'll appear in the calendar link.
I actually should have asked that because I was like, I'm a big recording guy, so that'll help.
Cool. And honestly, I probably will just put this into Skool too, because it's a good thing for people to watch as opposed to like me just rambling by myself. All right.
There you go.
So close the contact folder. Yep. And now let's just go to avatar. We're going to go down the line here.
All right, let's do it.
Avatar, as you can see, this is a custom contact folder. So if you hate this, you can delete it. You can change the avatar guide name. You can change the folder name, which is avatar. You can change any of these names in here. You can add, you can delete. And I will show you how to do that by the end of maybe we only have 30 minutes. So we'll see if we get there, but we should.
But this makes more sense now, your comment above, why you have a sub to, non-sub to, but then you have an avatar section. So it's clicking. It's clicking.
Cool. The other reason, and this is kind of like a tidbit into the future here, that we use these folders to organize our contacts, like who they are and what they want, is because in the main contact section, we can filter based off of the answers to these questions.
Right.
So if you want to find all of your closers, you would just create a filter based off of the answers to these questions.
Love it.
Cool. Close that avatar and go down to buyer buy box. So I tried to do my best in documenting all the questions people need to know about folks' buy boxes. There's probably some in the real estate type that are missing. I think I got all the states in there. Yeah, because DC and Puerto Rico are not alphabetical order there at the end.
Yeah, makes sense.
Could tell I was like, oh, I forgot something. Let me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But you can actually arrange these, so you can drag and drop wherever you want them.
Okay.
It didn't used to be that way, and we were talking about that yesterday. You had to like build it in order, otherwise you had to start all over from scratch.
This is really nice for, just deals I find, and I want to find buyers. I want to find, people in the network in my list. I love that.
Yeah. PML buy box. Again, you can change any and all of these questions in here. These are all custom folders, custom questions, custom fields.
Okay, love it. All that makes sense.
Go back into that real quick. I just want to show you one thing, and this was also in the buyer buy box. Go to the bottom for the notes section. So I like to keep notes centrally located to whatever it is, right? There is a note section all the way over to the third white column, up in the top, that pencil. Yep. So if you click it, it should go. There it goes. So this is just like a generalized note. I would tend to use this type of note for like, is going to his kid's soccer tournament, ask him how it was when you talk to him next. That's just like general person note. The other note section is for things about whatever that folder is for.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Because otherwise, like if you just put all the notes in the note sections, you may have like 20 notes and you're like, oh man, like where was that note about the specific thing they told me about private money lending?
Right. So to clarify, this is for more specifics, and this is probably more macro. Like, I can't think of one. I'm just like, has 2 kids or something.
Yes. Yeah. I would say like this note section is more about the person and like whatever.
The person, yeah.
Yeah. As you're like talking, you're like, oh, that's an interesting fact. Let me go put that over there.
Right. Okay. Versus, hey, there's some very specific things about, his experience or his expertise or whatever. Right. So, okay.
Yeah. Like only loans on houses that have green metal roofs.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Absolutely. Right. That goes in there.
Never solar, those obvious things.
Yes. Like that.
Email, but, yeah.
That's the sniff test for that one.
Love it. Okay.
And then we got wholesaler details. So this one, direct to seller, direct to agent, I thought it was appropriate because I do meet wholesalers and at some point I may want to reach out to them. And this is just the way to document who they are.
And they could be both, right? But that clearly denotes kind of where they are.
Yep.
And focused. Okay, that's great.
And then for the cities and cities and the states. So I didn't build out all of the states questions for this one. It was less important to me, and honestly, I didn't want to go through and build the states again because you'd have to rebuild all of the states for the different question. You can't just reuse that question.
Right.
So you can just type in here Birmingham, and then when we go to filter out through the contacts, you can write in Birmingham, and you don't have to put commas next to anything here. None of that. You just can put a space and it'll find the words.
Okay.
I did the same thing on the sellers buy or the buy box for cities.
And would they be separated by comma or space? I think you said space.
Space, yeah. You can use comma, but you don't need to separate.
You don't need to. I can just say, Seattle,
space, yeah.
New York.
As long as we spell them right, then we.
Otherwise, that's
otherwise we can't find them, right? That's the
optional.
only downside of that. It's like, oh man, why don't I have anybody for Seattle? It's, well, because I don't know how to spell Seattle.
What about the alternate universe version of Seattle? Okay,
right.
Like
these are empty because I don't really use them. I'll show you how to move this one out of additional info. I don't know why there's one floating around in there.
Okay.
Form 1, this is something you did.
Something I did?
Something you did. This was from you somehow. Maybe it was from another snapshot. Maybe GoHighLevel did it with you.
Okay.
But I don't think I have a Form 1 on. I don't think I have a Form 1 on there. Let me check. Just went through this the other day. Let's see. Either way, we can delete them if you don't know what they're for.
Yeah, I don't have a use for these. These don't resonate with me in terms of what they are.
Cool.
They don't look familiar.
Awesome. And then not needed is just where all of the things are that I don't want in there. And those came from the contact folder. I was like, I don't need to clutter up with street address, city. Like, I don't need that stuff.
Okay.
All right. So actions, which is the last part here. Tags. Tags are kind of a weird one. I personally do not really use tags often at all. And here's why.
Okay.
Because tags are not like with the custom fields, right? We have set questions and set spellings of things. With tags, the only way to see the tags is in that drop-down box. So if, for example, you wanted to tag somebody as a private money lender, well, one day you're like PML tag, and then the next day you're like, I thought I had a tag for a private money lender. I guess I don't. Let me put it in private money lender.
Right.
So you got two different spellings of the same thing. And then once you have a list of like 50 tags, you're like, what tag am I supposed to use? And it just becomes weird. And we can do all of that filtering of people with the custom fields in the custom folders, and we can see what our answers should be.
Like the avatar example gives a great example of how you went around tags and have the actual designated categories that you can essentially tag them, but not using the tag field.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Perfect. That makes sense.
So there are some reasons that people would use it, especially when you get into like building some automations. Sometimes they use tags, but I still would prefer to use custom fields, even tags. I don't really like them. They're confusing.
Okay.
But feel free to learn how to do them and make your own choice on that one. The next one down is automation. So this is where you'll be able to see what automation this person is in and what automations they've been into.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a problem troubleshooting type of thing here, where you realize that like they got sent a weird text message. You're like, huh, why? Why did that fire off? What happened? Well, go down here and you see what active automation they're in. And you can see, and then you can go in and remove them from it, right? Click out of it. It'll show like automation 1, and it'll be like a little bubble, and there's a little exit. You could move them out of it if you needed to.
Okay, interesting. I can see how that could help with troubleshooting.
Yes. The other way to do it is if it is like a weird text message that they got for some reason, and you're like, huh, what's that? Or I know they shouldn't have got that. Let me go figure something out. In the center column, the center white column here, this is your conversations thread. So all your text message, all your emails, all the activity will show up in there. And you can click on the actual message itself. There's you got nothing in here right now, but there's 3 little dots, and it'll say details, and then it'll show you like what workflow they're a part of, what sent that out. So another troubleshooting aspect there. Opportunities is the next one below automation, and that just shows what opportunities they are a part of.
Okay.
So again, in this instance, in real estate, opportunities are properties. So if a wholesaler, John Smith, sent you 123 Main Street, and this was the contact for John Smith, you would see opportunity labeled 123 Main Street in here. And if they sent you another one, it would be 456 Apple Street. So you could see all the opportunities that they're a part of in here.
Can I clarify here? So
Yes.
opportunities is not necessarily the same as this opportunities?
It is the same.
It is the same. So opportunities here also is all your pipelines. I don't want to necessarily get that confused, right? It's
okay.
You're saying opportunities are all properties, but I'm looking at opportunities like that's also the pipelines. Am I just getting confused on the terminology or overcomplicating it?
Yeah, it's just getting confused on the words, right?
Okay.
So in opportunities, you have a pipeline. This pipeline right now is called agent referral.
Right.
Do you have any others?
Yeah, I've got, like that one.
Cool. This is another pipeline. Inside of these pipelines, you have pipeline stages, which are all the stages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then you can add an opportunity to this. So because we're here, click add opportunity in the top right-hand corner. And this is where you would select the contact. So just put me in here for now. We'll just create a dummy one, then delete it.
Okay.
Pipeline stage. A lot of this stuff, like it's kind of like 201 type of class here, but you will catch on pretty quickly. And then hit create. And now see what happened is you created the opportunity, and now we have a whole bunch of other questions that popped up on the left-hand side of this card, where it's
all
these, yes.
Wow.
So these are custom opportunity folders, just like the custom contact folders, except these do not connect to the person. These are only related to the opportunity. That is it.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And you can connect a person to an opportunity, which is what we did when you selected the contact. That was me, right?
Right.
And you can also attribute other people to it. You can put followers, owners, and all sorts of other stuff on there.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. That helps. I'm sorry for the digression there. I wanted to make sure I was clear on the terminology around opportunity and what that meant.
It's a natural progression, honestly. That's exactly how it always goes.
Okay, perfect. I guess I should just close this?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So it should show up here, maybe refresh the screen, and it'll populate. If it doesn't, I have no idea why. Maybe we didn't hit create, but it should.
Yeah,
There it is. Okay, so here is opportunity 101. The whole white square is the opportunity card.
Gotcha.
The white space is how you open up the opportunity card. So you click the white space, opens up the card.
Love it.
You click the person's name, opens up the person's contact information.
Love it. Makes sense.
Yep.
Great.
You can drag it over wherever
Yep.
you want. You can also open up the card and move it to the different stages within it. Yep. And then it'll move it over. Doesn't always move it over right away because it's a web-based app. It gets kind of weird sometimes. So usually if you just click off another page or refresh it, it'll do its thing.
And then it did it. Perfect.
Yeah. That is like the one thing you always have to remember is that it is a web-based app, so it's kind of slow sometimes. And don't freak out. It probably worked. Just refresh.
Yeah, be patient is probably the big overture there.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. What do we got? We got 8 more minutes. Cool. Yeah. Let's go back into the contacts. We were basically there at the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, we just finished opportunities.
Yep. Client portal, all this stuff. Like this is just courses and communities. Like you can create a whole Skool type of lookalike Kajabi. It's all in here if you wanted to.
Wow.
But I think Skool is a lot easier, and I didn't want to go build it out in GoHighLevel because that's just another login for people to have when it seems like a lot of people are already in Skool. So just keep them where they're at.
Keep them where they're at. Okay. But I can see the history here now. Obviously, it's pretty nice. Okay. That's great. Okay. And then obviously if you're D&D, I can shut you off. But we also would have workflow that would maybe automatically do that based upon responses or words.
If they type stop in text or if they type stop in email, it automatically D&Ds in there.
It'll automatically D&D. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And sometimes my belief is that a carrier will D&D for whatever reason. And if you're like, hey, John, did you mean to D&D? I didn't see you press stop or anything. Like, and they're like, oh no, I didn't do any of that. All they have to do is just type start to the number, especially the cell phone. And it'll automatically un-D&D them. Sometimes when that happens, you can just uncheck the box and it will work for removing them from D&D. Other times it doesn't let me, so I don't actually know what's going on with it, but I think it's a carrier-based thing that carrier freaks out. Doesn't happen often, but it happens.
Okay.
So if you're like, man, why is this not sending? And it says D&D enabled, like see if they press stop, type stop, and then go look at that thing, see if you can uncheck it, and then just message them on Facebook, like, yo, what's going on with this thing? What'd you do? Cool. All right. So we did contacts. Any questions about column 1?
Nope.
Column 2, super easy here is the company. I don't deal with the company. I don't deal with that tab at all. I just stay in the contact. You could if you wanted to, but I don't mess with it. Why we're in the contact, probably best case of time here is we got 5 minutes. So we'll go through the center column here with all the activities real quick. So your activities will show up here. You send your messages from down below. I'm sure you understand how this works. And then you can add attachments, dynamic fields, all sorts of funny things in here. You don't have a phone number yet, so I'm guessing you didn't go through A2P.
I haven't yet. I need to do that.
Go through GoHighLevel's help.
Go through GoHighLevel's help on setting up an A2P?
Yes, they have a whole process to get you through it.
Okay.
Don't do it yourself. It's not worth the struggle.
Done. on my list.
Cool. So then, yeah, that's that. On the far right-hand column, the third column to the right, we have activities. Then you have a task button at the top little tab there. So click that, and this is where you'll add tasks for you, your team, and it will be related to the contact since you're in the contact right now. And just add a fake one, and we'll kind of show you where that lives.
Due date and time.
It's all up to you.
It's optional though. I can just basically.
Yes.
And then I guess I'm not even an assignee. I guess because I haven't added any employees or added any staff.
Correct. You have no staff in here yet.
I have no staff yet. Okay, that's fine. So I can at least save as an example.
Yep. Yep. And now, top left corner of your screen, there's tabs up there, and you'll see tasks to the right, 3 to the right. Yep.
Boom.
Take us to a new screen. And this is like your main tasks area.
Okay.
And you can create tasks from here that aren't associated with contacts correctly.
Okay.
Like, because you created the task inside my contact, it's going to automatically associate that with me, things to do for me.
Gotcha. But I could also set obviously tasks for VAs or just people on the team.
Yeah, if you just go to the top right and hit add a task.
Yep. Add task. Boom. Same thing.
Yep.
Super simple.
Yep. So go back to
Pretty
smart
intuitive.
lists. It is for the most part, once you figure out where to press.
Yeah.
And open up my name again. And then we did tasks. Notes is next. We already did notes. The little pencil icon up there, straight above.
Sorry. Yeah. Notes. Yep. We did notes.
And then this is calendars. So click add. And when you have a calendar, I guess you do have a calendar already built. Appointment title is already going to fill out dynamically based off of what you have in your calendar. You build out in your calendar.
Okay.
And that's one of the things we'll go over in our 6 hours.
Okay.
Is best practices there. And then actually it doesn't look like your calendar is really set up, but this is where you would go in and set appointments with people. It would pull up date and times that you're available down there where it says date and slot.
Sorry, wrong one.
Yeah. It's not actually showing because I don't think your calendar is set up correctly. So
yeah, I don't
that's
think I think I've dabbled in it, Bill, but I haven't actually set it up. And I'm still that's a gap for me, is I just don't understand it's why we're here. So.
We'll get there. We'll get there. That'll be next time. So this is where you would do it. You select your date and times that you want, and it's based off of your availability in your calendar, not times you don't have available. It does show the user's time as well over to the right-hand side of the screen, so you don't have to like do the math. You're just like, okay, well, I think it's an hour time zone. Let me double check, and then I always say, hey, Sean, we scheduled September 11th at 10 o'clock your time, correct? I don't ever ask anybody to try to do the math for my time. I always want to do it in their time.
Makes sense.
Cool. Hit cancel. Then the next icon over is documents. Now go back to where we just were.
You're talking about here.
Yep.
Here.
Yep. If for some reason you had my birth certificate and you wanted to add this document to my contact,
right?
There you go.
I got your proof of funds, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is you got.
Okay.
Payments. We kind of saw this earlier.
Yeah.
Show all transactions. You got a little drop down for things you can do. And then the last one is associations. This we are not going to cover because it is a whole nother monster unto itself. It's similar to opportunities, because you can see, like, if we look down at the ghost, it says no associations found, and then it goes to object settings. So objects are similar to opportunities, but they're more concrete. So in real estate, I make the distinction of opportunities are properties, but they're opportunities, right? They're things that could turn into something else. So if you had opportunity 123 Main Street, that was something you were going to buy as a house. You were going to buy 123 Main Street, and it went through all of your stages, and then eventually it was like, boom, I bought it, it's mine. I'm going to go put a renter in it. You would go into the object settings, create objects called properties, and then you'd have a property called 123 Main Street, and then you can associate all other things to it as well. So it's a permanent opportunity, I guess.
That makes sense.
Yes. The example that they gave in GoHighLevel was car dealerships and the service industry of the car dealer. Like, you've got husband and wife and they both have a car. How do you keep the car and attribute two people to it?
Right. Okay.
So it's a weird one. I don't use it. I don't have the need for it. But if you have questions, we can always figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see a use case for that in the foreseeable future either. So.
All right. So when are we going to have our next
All right.
conversation?
Let me pivot back to your face. Let's talk about it.
Get over here to your name.
What's the next good day for you, Bill?
Let's see here. Looks like Monday is my next time. I have a 4:50 your time on Monday. That's my next availability.
I can do, what about 3 p.m. Eastern?
On Monday?
How's that look?
No, the only time I have on Monday is 4:50 your time.
It is 4:50. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
What about Tuesday?
Tuesday, I've got the evening-ish, so 5:20 is my start, the soonest I have, and then I've got like an hour after that. Let me find a day that's like wide open. My parents have been here this week, so everybody's like booking next week up pretty solid.
Gotcha.
Thursday, I've got some morning, after, I guess would be afternoon for you.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do Thursday for sure.
Thursday, I have 12:10 available.
Let's do it.
Cool. 12:10, September 18th. Book appointment. Cool. As soon as this is done uploading, I'll put it into Skool so you can watch it. I'll tag you so you know where it is. And if you come up with any questions, ask him in the group. Put him in that so that I can clarify it and I can record something to answer your questions. So please ask away, my friend.
Will do. Is there anything aside from setting the phone number? Do I have any other things I should be working on?
Phone number. Did you get your emails connected?
No. Emails.
Get your emails connected. And do you have a domain?
Not yet. Get a domain.
Yeah, you'll buy that directly through GoHighLevel.
Okay.
So you just go on that blue column, you go to the left-hand side and go to settings, and you scroll down somewhere and it says domains and URLs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then it's super easy. You just buy it straight through there.
Just straight through. Okay. Makes perfect sense.
Unless the only caveat would be if you wanted to use something like Firebase to build your website, then don't buy it through GoHighLevel, because GoHighLevel sites only work with GoHighLevel web builders, so you can't bring outside things in easily. So
that makes sense. I think for this to start, I'm just going to use GoHighLevel. I know it. I can manage it.
Yeah.
I can take care of it. But I think for future things, I'm very interested in kind of where that's going, and that could be really neat to spin up some other brands and expansions.
Yes.
So,
and if you do want to start messing with building out an about page, go into your sites. So that'll be that left-hand column. And go to funnels, and there's one called REI connector in there, and it's a pre-built template for like an about me page style. It's
okay.
It's not built out amazing, but the biggest thing in there is the prompt. There's a ChatGPT prompt in there. Copy that sucker, slap it into ChatGPT, and some people have cried filling that thing out. Like, it gets deep.
Okay. Okay.
But it'll give you a good base to teach people who you are and help build that relationship.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll work on emails, domains. I'll start building out some web pages because I'm going to need to do that anyway. And so we get back next week, we can continue.
Cool. Yeah.
Wherever you
All
want to take me.
questions you got, please put them into
I'll
the
answer
school.
your questions through Skool.
All right,
Hey,
Sean. Peace, man.
appreciate you, Bill. Always a pleasure.
Thanks.
Talk soon.